on third down. The Dallas Cowboys, 46%.
Damn.
46%.
At least my Niners took an L in a place that spooked us, and we didn't do well on third down. But go on.
The only person, in my opinion, that actually came to play was Brandon Aubrey. Once again, automatic 4 for 4.
King of droids kicking world, Brandon Aubrey.
I can't hate on him. I can't get mad at him. At least he did his job.
This is true.
And just to remind y'all that y'all's punter's name is your current emotion. Anger.
CD. Just like I said with DJ Moore, this was a game that you should have stepped up. This was the game that this should have been your game that you should have just burned that entire secondary of the Saints
to a crisp. Yep.
You only came away with 90 yards of receiving offense. 90 receiving yards against that secondary?
Keep in mind, y'all still had more passing yards than the Saints.
Doesn't matter because didn't put the points. Out of 293 yards, we should have had at least 3 scores.
9 times. I'm sorry.
This has turned into Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
90
yards. You wish you could get a day off.
Apparently, I'm not afforded a day off.
I'll be saying that next Friday.
Here's the kicker. Right before this game happened, y'all know what I do before every game. I check my Discord.
Why'd you do that?
That's a mistake.
Why'd you do that?
It's something I have to do. It's a duty of mine.
Why'd you do that?
Because he likes to torture himself. He's a Cowboys fan.
I ask you the same reason why you peruse social media, okay? Get off my back.
No.
I hate it here.
No, you don't. You
don't. You have too much fun here.
It's not fun getting kicked in the back, all right?
It's just called kicking you when you're down.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Better being kicked in the back than what the Falcons are going to go through tonight, kicked in the balls.
Who do they play? The Eagles? Jalen Hurts?
Let's go even further. Zeke. Welcome back, Zeke. 6 carries for 16 yards. Glad that investment didn't turn around and burn us. Why did you guys bring him back? Like, I get it. It was a feel good moment.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Zeke wasn't having much success in New England. But you brought him back, and your line is still a sieve. And he only netted you 16 yards of rushing off 6 touches. His average was 2.7. Not even 3 yards per carry.
Rico Dowdle had a better performance than Zeke.
Rico Dowdle.
Rico looked like old Zeke.
Yep.
But then again, we still could not push one across the goal line. No touchdowns for either of them.
The Cowboys, the entire game, totaled 68 rushing yards to the Saints' 190.
Kamara had 115 rushing yards.
One
person had 115 rushing yards. He looked like Matt Forte out there.
Wow.
But that's on 20 carries, though. That's the thing.
20 carries.
He still averaged nearly 6 yards a carry.
Exactly.
Yeah, about 5.5 and 3/4. About 5 3/4. Yeah.
He averaged almost twice as many as Zeke did. Yes, he had more carries. Yes, they went to the run a bit more. But again, what we saw was Saints efficiency. Minimal amount of effort and maximum amount of yield. They didn't Didn't have to do a whole lot, but what they did do, they got the maximum amount of payoff for.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, they put themselves in the positions to do what they had to do. I mean, whether it was Kamara running the ball down everybody's throat or David Carr going yard, there you go.
David. Who's
Carr
David?
like a freaking
well, whoever.
Mustang out there. He looked like a freaking Mustang out there.
Yeah, well, the rest of the Cowboy Nation looked like a bunch of Pintos.
Not even Pintos.
Looked like a bunch of
broke
Kit Kat.
down Volkswagens.
No. Victor's going to get such a kick out of this. They look like old 1991 Toyota Corollas.
Yeah.
And why do I bring up an old 1991 Toyota Corolla? Because I used to drive that bitch.
They look like a bunch of
Dallas
rundown
Cowboys
AMC.
looked like a bunch of old Ford Rangers that the windows don't go all the way up on.
Ouch.
What is there for me to say? I went on to Discord, and these knuckleheads were sitting here saying, "This is an easy game. This is an easy game for us."
Yeah, it was an easy game for y'all to get your butts kicked.
Oh, this is an easy game for us. We beat the Browns, so the Saints ain't gonna be much different. Well,
I barely beat the Browns.
I said this before, that the Saints were kind of my dark horse in the South.
You did.
They're showing that.
I believe it.
They're showing that.
Yeah.
And congratulations to the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Carr looked magnificent. Kamara looked magnificent. But this has got to be one of the worst beatings inside your house that you supposedly defend with every fiber of your being.
No, you don't. Last January proved that.
And you let my brain hurts.
I will end it here.
You want to know what?
Let me answer a question Arku posed in the chat. Goes like this: how you guys blame Dak if the defense got shredded? Because Dak got shredded too. How about that? Because Dak don't have an offensive line in front of him. Because Dak can't throw the football properly and effectively.
All right, let me put it like this. Looking up everything else, time of possession was nearly split 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And New Orleans came away with 432 total yards of offense.
432 total yards.
Yep.
432 total yards of offense.
In barely over 30 minutes of possession.
I'll put it this way.
Yes, sir.
The reason why we blame Dak. Everyone was talking about Dak needed to be extended. Dak needed to be paid. He got paid $240 million for a 4-year extension, and only came away with 1 touchdown out of doggone near 300 yards of passing offense. Not to mention 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, the biggest thing with yards per play: New Orleans 7.7 yards per play, Dallas 5.3.
Ouch.
He's got to take some of the blame off this because, my God, how do you come away with almost 300 yards of total of passing yards and only come with 1 touchdown? You couldn't get one. You can't get one of them across the goal line.
It doesn't help when your coach is Pennywise.
That's true too.
At least San Francisco got 2 offensive touchdowns yesterday in our loss.
Oh, by the way, it also doesn't help when your owner loves the jack.
On that note, we're going to a break. But do me a favor, folks. Why don't you hit up the new YouTube channel, youtube.com/SIT Morning. Subscribe for exclusive content, interviews, and more. My turn after this.
I want to want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
And I still messed that up. I
just have one stat line.
Please.
Third down efficiency.
Which is
Minnesota, 58%.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, 20.
Yep. We got killed on third down. And in breaking down that game, I point to two plays which gave Minnesota the victory. Both of them occurred in the first half. We had 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. Had a chance to take the points. Didn't. Minnesota capitalized with a 97-yard touchdown reception from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson, the best damn receiver in the league. When Sam Darnold has weapons, he does great. And he proved it yesterday.
You know what? I've always said
he took a pair of turnovers. They took a pair of turnovers, which is what good teams do, and they turned it into 10 points. There's your difference.
Yep.
You know, I said this about Sam Darnold when he got drafted. I wasn't on the show at the time, but I did say this.
Mm-hmm.
I said if he never went to the Jets, he would have had an amazing career.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
If he went to Minnesota, if he got drafted by Minnesota at that time, he would have been set.
Yeah, because Minnesota wouldn't have to deal for Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins.
True.
At all. We got beat, period. I'm not shy of looking in this camera and saying that. We got beat, but we have a chance, unlike Dallas, unlike who else?
Chicago.
So unlike the Bears,
New England,
unlike the Bulls, I'm sorry, did I throw the Bulls in here?
Yes,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. We have a chance to bounce back because we get to go to Los Angeles and kick their ass. We'll have that game next.
Rams.
Oh, Cardinals stomped a mud hole on the Rams yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
I hate to say it.
This was the week
Kyler
of the
Murray
underdog.
looks like what he should have been.
Until he runs into us.
Call a booty Murray.
Kyler Murray actually, listen, Kyler Murray, and I said what I needed to say about the 49ers yesterday, and I just said it this morning. But Kyler Murray actually looked good.
It's weird to say. It's very weird to say, definitely.
This was
like
the
he
week
got
of
his
the
butt
underdog.
kicked in COD and took it out on LA.
This was the week of the underdog. Most of
I'll
the
agree with
teams that
that.
were deemed as underdogs came
Won.
away as winners.
Big winners.
Not really.
Although New England was actually an underdog at home, and it turned out to be right. That was
Y'all lost
the underdogs against the Chiefs and they lost.
Listen, this is where I hand Shane a shiner. Y'all lost to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Tell me how the hell you lose to Geno Smith?
Defense sucked, especially towards the end and in overtime.
Okay, there's my answer.
But I want to point to two players in that Arizona game: Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison.
Marvin caught 4 for $132 in that game.
He caught 4 for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns,
2 scores,
4 catches, came
Mhm.
with 132 yards.
That's a 50% touchdown rate per reception.
Hell, that was Justin Jefferson yesterday. He caught 4 for
Kyler Murray,
133.
133. Thank you.
Kyler Murray threw 17 for 21 for 266 and 3 touchdowns. Kyler Murray had a better game than Dak.
Yep. Kyler Murray looked like he really was in phase. He was trick shotting all over the defense.
I swear, I felt like he could have made a Mahomes type play out there. Just, spin around and throw it up in the air. Marvin Harrison just catches it for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that game felt like when I was watching it.
You know what it felt like? It felt like Kyler Murray in that game against the Raiders 2 years ago.
When he
was running all over the place.
And you want to know something?
What's up?
Stafford did not throw a single touchdown that game.
I'm not surprised.
19 for 27, 216 yards, and 0 touchdowns for Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm. Why are we not surprised? Why are we not?
12 carries for 25 yards. That's worse than Zeke, 2.08 average, and a touchdown.
Wait, whose stats was that?
Kyron Williams. But the difference between Zeke and Williams.
You know what? I'm waiting to listen to.
Williams at least had a touchdown. Anyway,
Williams at least did have a touchdown in that game. I can't wait to hear the playmaker wrap this game up.
Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of LA.
Please.
I've said this for weeks now. I said Cooper Kupp is not going to have any more success after that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm right. He had 4 receptions for 37 yards.
You've been saying that since midway through last year. The
Rams are just not it.
No.
Okay, let's break down these drives. First scoring drive, 7 plays, a touchdown, 60 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And the touchdown pass was to Marvin Harrison, deep left, 23 yards. The next drive, 2 plays, and it started on the Arizona 40. It was 10 seconds of a drive. Let me repeat that. 10 seconds.
Sounds like a Madden drive on a.
It sounds like you're playing Madden on rookie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a deep pass to Marvin Harrison, 60-yard rip for a touchdown. Next quarter, 16-play drive, the longest drive in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why it was 16 plays? Because they started on their own 1.
Hey, they had a 16-play 90. They had a 90. Screw it. Go on, Droid. I can't talk this morning.
102 yards on this drive. 8 minutes off the clock, burned off the clock in this one drive. If a team knows how to burn clock, it's the Cardinals. You came into that quarter with a 14-0 lead. You ended up extending it with 20 to 21, but also burning 8 minutes off the clock.
Mm-hmm.
The next scoring drive went to the Rams, 8 plays, 45 yards, starting from a touchback with 3 minutes and 51 seconds of total time just for a field goal.
Whoops.
21-3 is the score. Next drive, the final drive of the second quarter, went to the Cardinals. They ended with a field goal, 9 plays, started from a touchback, 45 yards for 4:29 to end the second quarter with a 24-3 lead. Let me repeat that. The Arizona Cardinals,
of all teams,
led the Los Angeles Rams 24-3.
And I think the Rams were supposedly the second best team in the West Division.
After that, it was 11 plays for a touchdown with a shotgun pass to Connor, left to Connor for 5 yards and a touchdown. Prater, one of the most underrated kickers in the league, nailed a 57-yarder in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So you went from 24-3 to 31-3.
31-3.
Then 34-3. And then you finally got a touchdown, 34-10. And then ended with the last play being one of the most broken plays I have seen in the history of the NFL. This is how NFL.com describes it. Jay Connor, left end to LA Rams 5 for 2 yards, fumbles, recovered by Arizona McBride at LA Rams -2, touchdown.
I've seen more broken plays than that.
You're telling me it was a shotgun pass to the left, got fumbled, and then it went into the end zone and got picked up for a touchdown. That's what you're trying to tell me? That's an actual play that happened?
Yeah, because it happened yesterday.
I would expect that out of Arizona that isn't lighting up the Rams. But this is Arizona that's lighting up the Rams. They ended that game 41-10, and that was one of the last games before Sunday Night Football.
And unfortunately for the Rams, they're going to get lit up in their own house next week.
And I'm just going to say,
they're going to get lit next week.
To remind y'all, the teams that are cheered on in this, you have the Colts, the Colts and 49ers from Snowman, the Patriots from Shane, and the Cowboys from Vicola. And then you also got me with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
My team was the only team to come out with a win.
I watched the end of that Chiefs game, and I knew the Chiefs were going to win.
My team, out of everybody here, was the only team to come out of this week with a win.
Yeah, and it's the Chiefs.
It's week 2, and I already hate football.
And I'm just going to, because I know we're going to go to break here soon. It's very obvious. I want to talk to y'all Bengals fans and wonder, where did you learn the rules in the NFL? Who did you learn them from? Did you learn them from a toddler?
Did they learn the rules of the NFL?
They learned them from Sam Weish.
Did they learn the rules of the NFL? I don't know.
Did they? That's a good question. Did they even learn the rules of the NFL?
No, they didn't.
I'm definitely going to say Patrick Mahomes did not have a good game. That's very obvious. He threw 2 interceptions this game.
Mm-hmm.
But
we even fumbled this game.
Yeah.
We could barely get a touchdown to save our life. We only got 2.
But you got the winning points. But you got the field goal to win the thing.
You played
Let's
to win the
break
game.
down this play. 4th and 6 at the KC 45. a 10-yard penalty on Morris for illegal use of hands. Replay 4th down. And then, Anthony, who told you that it was okay to not only jump? Well, you can jump over a receiver. Everyone knows you can do that, just in case the quarterback overthrows. But nobody said you could jump over the receiver and make contact with the receiver before the ball is even towards him. So they threw a penalty. Defensive pass interference, a 29-yard penalty.
And that's a good call.
And that's a 1st down.
It was.
It was a correct. Not only was it a good call, it was the correct one.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't have his feet planted when he took off.
Nope.
Let me just quickly go to the stats. Cincinnati Bengals had 246 passing yards to KC's 137. However, we put up 149 rushing yards.
Which is what I loved about that game.
Joe Burrow did not throw a single interception, which credit to him. He did not throw an interception. Patrick Mahomes threw 2. And this is the stat I know I'm not going to hear the end of. And it's the 8 penalties on Cincinnati to Kansas City's 4. I have made this very clear. The Bengals are an undisciplined team. Very undisciplined.
Sounds like Colorado.
8 penalties, 79 yards for Cincinnati.
And you're right. Sounds like the Colorado Buffaloes who got lucky this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And we'll touch on that and the group they're in to kick off the second half of the show.
Yeah,
which is going to really make some people angry with my snowman's take on the Colorado Buffaloes. Y'all want to know why I didn't do the Colorado game this past Saturday?
You're sick and tired of watching Shadur Sanders
get sacked.
That's one reason. Keep them coming.
You were tired of the glazing of Travis Hunter?
That's another one. Keep them coming.
Sick of even looking at Coach Prime right about now?
That would be the main reason.
The Colorado Buffaloes defense collapsed faster than a deck of cards.
This past Saturday, they did not. I was expecting them to. I was expecting them to say,
what in the all types of blue hell
happened to us this time?
Shador is basically a little punk bitch right about now.
Good edit.
And let me just remind y'all where Colorado State plays. They play in a group of 5. They play in the Mountain West.
Mountain West.
So this is not any special win for the Buffaloes. It's a rivalry win, yes. I'll give you that.
They usually play
rivalry win.
They usually play that in Denver. They usually play that game in Denver, but due to the Broncos having a home game the following day, they didn't. Let me take a break. When y'all get back, I'm going off on the Colorado Buffaloes and explain why I ended that coverage. Snowman in the Morning, hour 2 after this.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Second hour Snowman in the Morning is brought to you by BetUS.com and its 31st year of action. Go to BetUS.com, use the code Snowman, and get up to a 125% deposit match on your deposit. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Let's go to college football, shall we? And let's take a look at the new top 25. At 25 is Texas A&M. What?
Before we do that, I gotta send a shout out to a friend of mine. Her name is Luna. Because
Hi, Luna.
After yesterday, she said, just don't go on tomorrow. I said, I don't have a choice.
We would have been texting you, being like, get your candy in here, Vic.
You know,
and she said,
speaking of,
and she said, why? It's like, you know they're gonna kick. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get kicked around. That's what I signed up for when I decided to rip the blue star.
Oh,
in all fairness, I didn't kick you, dude.
No, you didn't.
No. In all fairness, none of us kicked Victor while we were down. We were just presenting the stats from the game.
Yeah. Oh,
now,
by the way, speaking
I will take a playful shot at Victor.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
I was gonna say that you were forgetting about that yesterday. I was gonna say you were forgetting that. I was like, where's that gonna come up?
Before we touch on the top 25,
Yes,
I would
sir.
like to apologize to Jayhawk Nation.
Oh no! Oh, that yeah. I watched that game.
I said we would win the Big 12 this year. I was so confident in Daniels and Neal.
And then
the Mountain West struck.
Oh boy.
We lost to the University of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas.
UNLV.
The Running Rebels. They lost to the run. Y'all lost to the Running Rebels, which was basketball wise, one of my teams I love watching.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, our only win was against an FCS school.
Mm-hmm.
We have not been an FBS school this year. But to be fair, we haven't played a conference game this year as well.
Well, let's go to the top 25, which lost Arizona because they lost, and Boston College has dropped out also. I don't know why.
But there's a couple teams I like.
There's 20 at 25. There's Texas A&M.
Oh,
I am going to shock people when I read this.
Okay.
At 24 is Illinois.
3-0. They beat KU when they were ranked, and then
At 23 is a bigger shock. Northern Illinois. But I know why they're there. They went to South Bend and punked Notre Dame while Notre Dame was ranked number 5 in the nation.
Yep.
Oh my goodness! Here, I went to listen to that play call from Northern Illinois' play caller. Oh my God, the excitement in his voice.
Wasn't it great?
The pure
Wasn't
energy.
it great? That'll be our call.
Hold on, I need to find out his name so we can give him a shout in the show. Hold on.
While you do that,
While you do that, I'm going to do you one better and look for that call, because that's going to be our call of the day when we get done. At 22 is Nebraska, who beat the ever-loving out of Colorado. Thank you, Cornhuskers.
Facts.
At 21 is Clemson. Why?
What
At
have they
20 is Iowa State.
All right, I got the name.
Iowa. And his name is?
Snowman Multimedia and the crew would like to give a shout out to Northern Illinois' Andy Garcia for his call against Notre Dame in the game-winning field goal.
That'll be our call of the day. We'll have it before we get out of here. And I will happily bring that back as a part of the show, especially since we're now doing this early. Now tell me why Louisville is 19, Michigan is 18 after they got punked in their house by Texas. Tell me why Notre Dame is still in this poll at 17.
Money.
It's because it's Notre Dame and they have a big dog
and
on.
Also because of stars.
Okay.
There's only 5. There's only 5 5-star programs in college football currently.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame is one of them.
At 16 is LSU. 15 is Oklahoma. Oklahoma State is at 14, though we'll see no Bedlam this year, and that makes me angry. At 13 is Kansas State. Utah's at 12. 11 is USC. Again, why?
Facts.
At 10 is Penn State, as we're inside the top 10 right now. From 10 to 5, 10 is Penn State. 9 is Oregon. 8 is Miami. 7 is Missouri. Wait,
That's
what?
Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah, let me take a little deep dive into this.
Time.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time. Flag on the play.
Let me read this again.
What is Missouri doing?
At 10 is Penn State. 9 is Oregon. 8 is Miami.
Makes sense.
7 is Missouri.
What?
You.
Oh, 51-0. Destroyed Murray State. Destroyed Buffalo. And beat Boston College as well.
Okay,
that's
so
why
those
Boston
are 3,
College dropped out.
Those are 3 mediocre wins at best on schedule. What is Missouri?
Yeah, but here's the thing: they put up 2 goose eggs as well. That's what really influenced that.
Who the hell cares about the goose eggs? It's who you beat.
It's called the media cares.
I'm gonna say, Shane.
We are the media.
Shane, you play.
Yeah, we are the media, but then there's media that are influenced by what you all said earlier. Money.
So here's the thing: you play who's in front of you. Doesn't matter if they're a top 10 team or a bottom 10 team. You
quit
play
taking my
who's
words
in front of you.
Quit taking my words.
Unfortunately,
but sadly, we're going to see Missouri drop out. Sadly, we're going to see Missouri drop out of the top 25, and we're going to see Vanderbilt back in there after Vanderbilt destroys them.
Vanderbilt will not beat Missouri.
No, they won't. They won't.
I'm calling that as my possible upset of the week. I'm calling it.
Is it in Nashville or is it in Columbia?
Let's take a look.
I was about to say, don't tell me we're going to start talking about college football game predictions on Fridays now.
We'll save that. We'll do this one now. We'll save the rest for Friday.
It is in. Drumroll, please. As my computer takes millions of years to load.
Don't you love it?
Been there.
Well, I'm on a crappy Chromebook.
Again, been there.
It will be at Memorial Stadium.
Bitch, please.
Missouri is going to end up.
Missouri is going to roll all over Vanderbilt. Here we go. Missouri is at 7. Tennessee is at 6. Ole Miss is at 5 as we're at the top 5. 5 through 1. Ole Miss, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, and the new number 1, Texas.
By the way, that's the Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
Yeah, Lisa, we get you with the
I'm
shoe
not-
if you didn't do that.
I don't care.
She gonna hit you with a
Ohio State's at 3, and I said it the way I said it. And I'm going to continue to say it the way I'm going to say it until they decide to show me they deserve that ranking. There.
And the thing is, the rankings are pretty much similar on the AFCA coaches poll, except you have a couple different.
Okay.
You have at 25 UNLV instead of Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
24 is Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
23 is Memphis.
And Memphis beat Florida State. That's why they're in that poll. Memphis beat Florida State.
Nebraska's same ranking. Iowa State's now at 21st instead of 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville drops to 20th on the AFCA coaches poll. And this is the weirdest one. Clemson is at 19th.
Why? Just
and the last change of rankings belongs to a flip of Michigan and Notre Dame, where Notre Dame is 18th, Michigan is 17th.
They're both going to be out of the poll before the season's over.
You think Michigan's going to drop that far?
Huh?
You think Michigan's actually going to drop that far?
Yep. They're going to drop out. They're going to drop out.
The last game.
No, they're not going to drop out this week. They play USC.
I don't mean this week. I mean before the season's out. They're going to drop out of the poll.
I could see Notre Dame because they usually go into the season.
Look, Notre Dame is Notre Dame is Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're just going.
Okay,
they're in a whole different
Notre Dame is Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're going to implode.
Okay.
We know that. But are you seriously?
Did y'all hear that?
Drop?
Did y'all hear that?
What?
I played a part of the call. Did y'all hear it?
No.
Okay, good. So I have time to get this right. Okay. Michigan is going to get pumped.
I have to ask. So when we had our little talk,
Michigan is going to get pumped later this year.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Michigan now.
Okay.
Why is it that after our conversation where we both agreed Vanderbilt was gonna make upsets, do you all of a sudden not agree with me?
Because it's Missouri. I have a soft spot for Missouri, and they're gonna put a foot in their ass.
If you have a soft spot for Missouri and you say that Vanderbilt's not gonna beat them, then start having a soft spot for the Royals since you got a tour of the K.
He does have a soft spot.
I do have a soft spot for the Royals.
Then why don't you say we win the World Series?
Because because y'all got to go through Houston. I will boldly make that prediction until I'm proven wrong. But
we're going to prove you wrong.
Let me tell you 2 reasons why I have a soft spot for. I'll give you plenty of reasons why I have a soft spot for the Royals. What the hell am I talking about? First of all, you went to Toronto in 1985 and stomped them in a Game 7.
No, my question is, why the soft spot for Missouri?
Let me get to that. I have a bigger soft spot for the Royals because one of my favorite relief pitchers of all time wore number 29 for you guys. Of course, I'm talking about the late, great Dan Quisenberry. George Brett gives me a soft spot for the Royals. Steve Balboni gives me a soft spot for the Royals. Denny Matthews, their longtime radio voice, gives me a soft spot for the Royals. I have many a reason before I had a chance to tour the K last year of why I have a soft spot for the Royals. I've always had a soft spot for the Royals. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know a main reason why I have a soft spot for the Royals, but doggone it, I got a soft spot for the Royals.
The Royals is a team that really was a
just like for many years. You know who else I had a soft spot for because a couple of my favorite players in life? The Minnesota Twins.
The Royals is a hard knock team. They're a team of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
From being joked on by most of the league to becoming one of the top tier teams in the league. It's just you have to respect it. You gotta respect it.
I mean,
I've always respected the Worldcraft whether or not we won or lost.
Look, like I said, one of my favorite players of all time is the great George Brett.
And
a left-handed hitting maniac. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. I love George Brett.
And
I love George Brett.
And a phrase from baseball came from George Brett. And it's called "Don't George Brett it" when you're applying pine tar to your bat.
Yes.
Don't George Brett it.
Don't George Brett it. All right. I have a present for you guys. It's time for our call of the day, presented by Cricket, the official wireless carrier of Snowman Multimedia. Let's take you to Notre Dame Stadium when this happened.
He's lining it up. 5 seconds left. NIU up 16-14. 62-yarder. Snap, hold, Jeter's kick. It's blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! Picked up by NIU! Picked up by NIU! The Huskies have done it! The Huskies with the biggest upset in NIU history! They come to South Bend, Indiana, and they knock off the number 5 team in the country.
A game that I predicted would happen, would have the result that it happened, because Notre Dame, I can't say it the way I want to say it because we're on our radio networks today. Notre Dame seems to mess up when it counts. Speaking of messing up when it counts, I promised y'all, I scrolled too far. Dang it. I promised y'all something. Dear Deion Sanders, I will never refer to you as Coach Prime, ever. Coach Sanders, yes, that's out of respect. Coach Prime, no, because your Colorado Buffaloes have never been and never will be ready for prime time, ever. You got lucky when you played the downtrodden Colorado State team. You got lucky last year when you played that same Colorado State team, but it took you 2 overtimes to beat them. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Shedeur Sanders being a number 1 pick. He's a day 3 at best. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Travis Hunter being a day 1 pick. He's a day 4 at best. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's what I think of when it comes to Travis Hunter. Let me go a little further. Why aren't you running the football? You gave a walk-on in Charlie Arfordall a scholarship. Why aren't you using him?
Do they have a line to do this? To do so?
You said, Coach Sanders, that they better get you now while you're recruiting your offensive line from the transfer portal. They got you.
By the way, before we continue, I just want to say I saw the video of Coach Sanders offering the scholarship to that walk-on. It's very emotional. Very, very emotional.
Then why don't he use him?
As I asked before,
the offensive line he was praising so much that he got out of the transfer portal is not all it was made up to be.
Exactly.
That offensive line, just like the Bears' offensive line, and to a point yesterday, the 49ers' offensive line was a sieve. Is a sieve.
So then what is the running game supposed to do if the line can't open holes? The line has 2 jobs, and it's always been this way. Prime objective, protect your quarterback. Give him time to make throws and make reads. The second job is to open lanes and open holes or seal off corners for your running back.
Yep.
And you ain't done it. In a year plus. You ain't done it.
No.
Let me read. Man, give me this camera.
And for Deion Sanders, this should be second nature because who was one of the running backs that he played with? Emmitt Smith.
Who was another one? Ricky Waters.
Man, Coach Sanders needs to get his head out of his tail end, quit trying to shove his kid down everybody's throat, and actually do some real recruiting.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm just saying.
Give your kids some weapons. Give your kids some weapons. Give your kids some protection.
one more time. Good luck with that. Because Colorado's not going anywhere until Coach Sanders is gone. And the reason they're keeping Coach Sanders, he's brought $50+ million to the Colorado economy. Not just Boulder, not just Denver, the entire bleeping state. The entire state is thankful for Deion Sanders.
He has to prove that he is worth the hype that he was given. That's the thing.
You know what I'm waiting for? You know what I'm waiting for?
Colorado to wisen up and get rid of him.
But as I said, that's not going to happen for economical reasons.
Yeah, it means we're going to be waiting for a while for everything.
Yep.
You know what, Coach Sanders, if you're listening to this, which I doubt you are because you don't listen at all.
Because of your ego.
Which is
if
going
you
down,
are,
kid.
for some reason, listening to this, I'm going to give you one thing. If you want us to shut up, win the Big 12.
Win
I doubt you'll do it. But if you want us to shut up, win it.
Big 12, and not only win the Big 12, run through it like you said you would. Isn't that why you wanted out of the Pac-12?
Back up.
Isn't that why you wanted to get away from the Pac-12? You said so yourself.
Win games, period. And
Well, to be fair, the
Big
Pac-12 was an economical disaster.
True.
But I do have some good news about the Pac-12.
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
Now,
4 Mountain West teams will be heading to the Pac-12 next year.
And those teams are?
Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Jose State.
Which means the Pac-12 ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Which means the Pac-12 is still about as destroyed as it was when they couldn't get a doggone deal done.
But I'm not even going to call the Pac-12 the Pac-12. I'm going to call it the Pac-State because now every team in that conference has state at the end of their name, which means that they are funded by their state.
Yep. I'm not even going to, I won't even call it the Pac-8 or the Pac-10 until they have 8 teams or 10 teams in that joint. Anyway, Mr. Sanders, do something about your team. Do something about your ego. And more to the point, do something about your offense. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Do a more unfiltered one later.
He needs to do something about his damn kid's ego. He's acting like a Call of Duty.
I'll save Shedeur Sanders for later, because that's Kyler Murray 2.0. The Hawk TV was the first to join us this morning, saying good morning. He said, "My Ravens, Cowboys, 49ers went down this weekend. Yeah, especially the Cowboys, but we already talked about that. My survivor pool was shot to oblivion, which is why I don't participate in one. And the Redskins found a kicker. Yes, they did. Thank God they beat the Giants. I don't get what's with Minnesota either. I don't. I hate the Metrodome. I hate US Bank Stadium. And I hate everything about the blank state of Minnesota. There's only one state I hate worse, and y'all know where that is. Tom Landry, Vince Lombardi, Calvin Rogers is with us. Thank you, Calvin. Sick Diggy joins us as well. Spectre01 says, "What's up, Paul?" You know that guy?
I know that guy.
Me too.
Then who is that guy?
A mutual friend of ours through Jen's streams.
Oh, okay.
Do not drop that name here, sir.
Just saying.
Welcome aboard.
And apparently, according to him, I look like Paul Heyman without the beard.
I don't see a lie to be found.
Yeah, I can see it.
Damn it.
Arku says, "How do you blame Dak if the defense got shredded?" Because Dak got shredded too, like we talked about earlier. I didn't even say that I was a little worried about the team being sleepy because it was an early game. Well, you should have said that aloud and should have voiced it. 6 TDs on 6 drives. Yeah, it pretty much happened. What in the all types of blue hell, says Sick Diggy. We've said that a few times this morning. He doesn't have help. Man, don't give me that lie. supposedly Ezekiel Elliott. Who the hell else is on that team?
You got
Who cares?
Zeke, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Cooks,
Listen,
you got Dowdle.
you got
more help do you need?
Wait, listen. You got players on there who suck, and they're supposed to be helped. Who is that guy? Dak Prescott. Sorry, I couldn't resist. And apparently,
not to.
And apparently, y'all still think this. Whoops, wrong button.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
I mean, we've got Zeke, we got line help. You still have CeeDee Lamb. You got Cooks. You got Turpin. What more help did you supposed to need? What more do you need? It's got to come to a point where that's got to stand on his own too. He's got to stand on his own 2 feet.
He's got to come up bigger, as Victor Locke would say often, than mini-me on top of the smallest hell in a cell. Isn't that how you put it?
Mini-me on top of a stepladder in the world's smallest hell.
On top of a stepladder of the smallest hell in a cell.
Here's the thing. I want Dak to succeed.
I don't.
I know you don't, but you're a Niners fan. I want Dak to succeed. I want him to do well.
But he's in the wrong place.
Well, for God's sakes, he's been in the league for how long now?
This is his 9th year, I believe.
Yes.
I believe this is his 9th year.
This is 9th year. You've had 9 years of this. What more do you need?
9
times.
What
this
more
is
do
a
you
fearless.
need?
This is a Fearless Bueller episode of the show today.
Yep.
9 times.
What
let me
more?
go grab my Ferrari 250.
I'll ask a question to anybody who is a Cowboys fan, because maybe I'm not seeing it the way you guys see it. What more does Dak Prescott need to actually get the job done?
I have a couple of answers, but you won't like them.
I got the best answer. Gerald Jones to step down.
That's not happening. I would love that too, but that's not happening.
Okay,
Pennywise
to be gone.
Listen, if you want Dak Prescott to succeed, I'm going to keep it simple. Get McCarthy out of there.
Thank you.
I'd love for that.
You know what the Cowboys need to succeed, which will never happen?
Game 7.
But then again, the Bruins needed that too, and they always mess up in games.
I'll put it this way.
Hold on, Victor. Take a look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the funeral of a Boston Bruins fan.
Already? The season hasn't started yet.
Exactly.
Isn't that the best part?
I want Gerald and McCarthy gone as much as Shane wants Kraft and Mayo to be gone.
Yeah. Shane didn't want Mayo at the start of this thing.
Nope. We don't need no Hellman's Mayo in New England.
He didn't want Mayo at the start of this thing.
We don't need no Hellman's Mayo in New England.
You sure did.
Yeah, but you drafted a quarterback with May.
I'll take May Day over Mayo. I'll take
it's amazing.
I'll take May Day over Mayo.
Oh gosh. Don't say that aloud, please.
Never again.
I just did.
Do not ever in life say that aloud again.
Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. So the beating between the Cowboys and the Saints got cut off early.
Thank God for you.
And decided to go to extra coverage of the Lions and the Bucks.
Yes.
Guess who was commentating on that game?
The Moose.
The doggone Moose, Daryl Johnston. As if we didn't need another kick in the you-know-wheres.
Right down below the belt.
Get a player that, was a top-tier player, an elite player for the Cowboys. Right after the Cowboys get shellacked for 44 points.
Shellacked.
As Jim Ross would say, that was a shot downtown.
Mm-hmm.
They were beating like government mules out there.
By God, it's government mule.
And as John Bon Jovi would say, shot through the heart, and you
You're to blame.
are to blame.
You're to blame, Dak Prescott, because you give the Cowboys a bad name.
Hey, there we go.
Just like Mayo gives the Patriots a bad name.
You're not wrong.
Just like Tuukka Rask gives the Bruins a bad name.
Oh my!
And that
wrong goalie. His name is Linus Olmark. Sorry.
I still think of Tuukka Rask when I think of Bruins failure.
Hey, Tuukka stood on his head for a good part of his time in Boston
because he got knocked on his head.
I mean,
he got knocked on his head by Duncan Keith.
It's not even hockey season.
Find the lie.
It's not even hockey season. We haven't even started hockey season.
Find the lie.
It's not even the hockey season, and I'm getting downtown shots.
You got Tuukka Rask got knocked on his ass by Duncan Keith of all people.
Duncan Keith was no slouch though.
But Tuukka Rask thought he was.
My audio's going to cut out here for a second as I go do a little bit of research. Just give me a second.
Look, Tuukka Rask got knocked on his head 3 times.
We're already starting the cross-checking, and it's not even a season yet.
Right?
Yes.
They're putting you into the wall. They're putting you into the wall.
Yes, sir.
I would like to make a deal with you.
Oh, dear.
November 21st.
No.
2024.
Nope.
Nope.
No deal.
Why?
I'm calling that right now. I'm taking that day off.
Why?
And besides, it's 10 days before the marathon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's 10 days before the marathon.
And
so I love you, Droid. I'm going to call some hockey games with you. Don't get me wrong. But that close to the marathon?
No.
Hell no to the no. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, then how does a month before March Madness sound? February 1st, 2025.
What's the deal?
Blackhawks Panthers.
Hell no. Not doing it. For the simplest of reasons, I will probably be in Chicago knee deep in basketball that day. Well, let me say this. I'll let you know. Fair.
And I already know I'm going to be dragging tail into the marathon because the day before, WWE Survivor Series War Games.
In Indianapolis, Indiana.
Actually, it's up in Vancouver.
What?
Yeah,
they
they've
put
been doing
Survivor
that.
Series in Vancouver.
They've been doing that a lot. They've been doing
Wait a
lot
minute.
of
Royal Rumbles in Indy.
Okay, the Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam is in Indy.
Yeah,
okay. All three of those.
They're going to have WrestleMania in Indy at some point.
Okay.
And
that triple header. That triple header is at
no, they got
Lucas Oil. That triple header is at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, they got Survivor
Series
in Vancouver.
We're really disorganized this morning. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
So
I goofed.
So I'm already going to be going into December 1st wounded.
Okay, so where in Vancouver are they holding that at General Motors Place?
Yes.
Why?
Because last year they held Survivor Series at the United Center and they figured the smaller arenas work.
You know what you should have the Survivor Series up in Vancouver? BC Place.
I could see
the
that.
Canucks.
50,000. No. Hell to the no. Not the
CFL stadium.
Yeah, BC Lions. Not the Knuckleheads.
Oh, no.
There's a problem, Snowman. It's always the Thursday. It's always the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You could still have it at BC Place.
In the freezing ass cold.
BC Place is a dome, you dummy.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Hey, Triple H, get in there.
No,
You know that'd be a great double.
BC
You know it'd be a great double header.
BC Place is a no.
BC Place is a dome.
It's a no. It's a no.
Why is it a no to you?
Why?
Because that's where the Vancouver Whitecaps play.
That is not where the Whitecaps play.
The Whitecaps do play at BC Place. Look it up.
Vancouver Whitecaps play at another stadium.
No, they don't. They play at BC Place.
Who the hell are the Vancouver Whitecaps?
A rival of my Sporting KC.
Who the hell cares? BC Place for the Royal Rumble.
I could see
and that will be a great doubleheader, because you know what the next night will be? What? The Grey Cup.
I think the only other reason that they're doing it back to back in Vancouver.
Don't have it at General Motors Place where the Knuckleheads play.
The only other reason they're doing that is they're doing the same thing for NXT. I think the following night they've got a show as well. So that way it's not that hard to tear down.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
But still, General Motors Place, home of the Knuckleheads. I hate the Canucks.
Just like he hates Whitecaps. Like Jordan hates Whitecaps.
I absolutely can't stand the Vancouver Knuckleheads.
Just like Joy hates the Whitecaps, apparently.
And just like how Shane can't stand me.
Oh, Shane can't stand anybody that beats the Boston Bruins, which happens often.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Shut up about the damn Lightning.
Wait. Let's have some fun.
Oh, no.
Crap.
Shane can't stand anybody that beats the Boston Bruins.
Oh, no.
Let's go down the list. Tampa Bay
Shane.
Lightning. Chicago Blackhawks. Florida Panthers. Again.
Los Angeles Kings.
The Carolina Hurricanes. I used to
New
live in
Jersey Devils.
The New Jersey Devils. The New York Rangers.
The New York Islanders.
The Vancouver Knuckleheads.
The Edmonton Oilers.
The New York. We said the Rangers already.
No, I said Oilers.
Oh, Edmonton Oilers. Of course, Edmonton Oilers. 1990, baby. Edmonton Oilers in Boston Garden.
The Calgary Flames.
Calgary Flames. Yeah.
Well, let's just get all the Canadian teams out of the way. Winnipeg Jets.
Wow.
Winnipeg Jets.
Toronto Maple Leafs. Ottawa Senators. Montreal.
Wait. Even the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto freaking Maple Leafs.
How many game misconducts am I handing out today?
I'm wondering.
None yet. Because all we said were truths.
Ottawa Senators.
Hell, the Blackhawks didn't even see a seventh game with the Boston Bruhahas. Why? 17 seconds.
Oh my!
Oh, here's another rival that the Bruins have lost to: the Montreal Canadiens.
The Montreal Canadiens. I got another one. The Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Philadelphia Flyers.
I mean, you guys have basically
the Washington Capitals.
You guys have basically listed off everyone in the NHL at this point.
No, we haven't.
Hell, there's some teams that can't beat you.
Listen, I'm going to say a team that Shane will recognize, and he's still going to bristle at me because it's a different sport. The Washington Bullets.
Oh, Lord.
I couldn't help it.
Lord.
That's man.
Listen, that's the first team I listed against the Bruins when Shane and I met.
Oh, my goodness. I just remembered another one.
That's a game misconduct.
Listen, 13 years ago, I got to tell this story. 13 years ago when Shane and I met, Shane and I got into a heated argument. And when I say heated, I mean we were online for a good, 2 hours?
3
hours. First time Shane and I are on. Got into a good argument for 3 hours. We were just throwing teams back and forth of who did what and who did what and where. And I threw the Washington Bullets at him. He kept going for a good 10 minutes. I just sat back. He kept going for a good 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, Shane says, Washington Bullets, and I lost it.
That, sir, is a game
The moment
misconduct
of
penalty.
realization.
When Shane realized I threw a basketball team at him.
Game misconduct.
He handed me a game misconduct then, and he's handing me one now.
That's a game misconduct. Get out of here.
Oh, you're gonna hate me for this, Shane.
Oh my gosh. Hell, the Boston Bruins can't beat the Boston Bruins. Look at their coach. Does that tell you anything?
Oh my goodness. Hold on. I got another one.
Go ahead.
The St. Louis Blues.
Why do you got to bring St. Louis into this?
Because
You
it's
lost
true.
7 games.
Because y'all lost to them in your house. Wait, I didn't have the button ready. You lost to them in your house in a
Game 7.
Y'all couldn't even beat the Blues in St. Louis.
It's crazy.
Does that tell you anything? You were 0 for St. Louis in that Stanley Cup final. No, check that. You got one.
Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
To force a game.
Hockey season's going to be rough this year.
Why?
Oh, wow. It's like you just realized this.
No, I knew that, dude. It's just now accepting it. There's a difference. There's a difference between knowing and accepting.
Hockey season for Shane this year is going to be
Trays.
No, dude, hockey season for me is going to be like everyone comparing LeBron to Michael. We keep beating a dead horse.
Stop it. Get some help.
Don't you
No,
ever say
man.
that?
Forget stopping it, man. We're beating dead horses all over the place.
Speaking of dead horses, the one that gets beat, I can't find it. Victor, where'd you move it to? Victor moved it.
Yes, because I can move it. Because I
can't make that joke here. I cannot make that joke here.
Make it.
I can't.
We're on air.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't do this.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Now that I've said hockey season's going to be like that for me, watch Cole have one for the Bruins.
A break and then Monday Night Football breakdown after this.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
And let's welcome this guy back. Jay Spivey joins us from North Carolina this morning. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Spivey.
We're going completely off the board here because we have our usual subjects, but I'm going to pose a question that every man on this panel will agree with. Kathy Engelbert, why are you quiet?
That's an excellent question. I know you and I discussed this last night.
Mm-hmm.
This has been going on. I mean, basically the regular season is over. Ends Thursday night.
Yeah.
Why is this still happening? I mean, obviously, all of us watched football yesterday. I watched football. I never watched a second of the WNBA yesterday. Never. But I did get an alert on my phone from ESPN showing me the absolute battering that Caitlin Clark took in the game yesterday.
Yep.
And I mean, we're at game 39, and this is still happening.
And it's going to continue to happen because the WNBA has a POS commissioner that won't say anything.
They're afraid that, again, this goes, I'm going to say this for the millionth time. I do not care if people get mad at me. This is all about race. It's all about
race.
I was going to say, like, what color are the individuals that are doing
We have been saying it all year. We have been saying it all year. Shane, go ahead.
Now, the funny thing is, people have been saying the reason why the WNBA has exploded is Caitlin Clark, and they're saying it's the race factor there. Now it's also she's getting her ass handed to her on the court. Oh, by the way, the reason why you're not getting all these calls, race.
Well, it's
a twin-edged sword.
Well, the thing is that no one's saying anything because if they do, what they're going to be called?
Racist.
Exactly. Because
I mean, either way you look at it, it's a catch-22, and you're screwed either way.
Exactly.
You know what? I kind of go back. I think I may have mentioned this, over the last couple of months on the show, but I kind of go back to, the NBA was good before Magic and Bird, but it wasn't to the level it was when they came in.
Right.
Look what it's done. Look how just the 70s and 80s and early 90s, what it did for popularity's sake. I mean, we go back to our formative years. The NBA Finals were on tape delay.
Yeah.
Now look at the explosion of the WNBA this season.
Wrong button. Sorry.
Because of one, if not two people.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese.
And these people were talking about this rivalry all week about what Kathy Engelbert said, and I guess it was a podcast or whatever it was. But just get over it. It's so much jealousy. There is just much jealousy involved.
It is.
She's going to win Rookie of the Year. She should win unanimously, but she's not going to win.
She's not going to win. She's not going to win Rookie of the Year. Matter of fact, due to the fact that Angel Reese is out with an injury, it's going to be even closer. Watch this.
It shouldn't even be remotely close.
No, but it's going to be, and that's just because of, again, look at who's voting for, all of these accolades.
Yep. Well, I hear this all the time, and it shouldn't have it. It should have zero bearing on race. You pick the best player who's the Rookie of the Year, but I hear this all the time from people who are supposed to know, and people who just passive followers, if you want to even call that.
Mm-hmm.
I hear like people on talk show have nothing to do with sports. Talk shows have nothing to do with sports. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's start talking about Reese, and say, "Oh yeah, she's having a great year. She's going to win Rookie of the Year easily." No, she's not.
No, I mean she's put up
And that is
amazing
not
numbers.
at all to diminish Angel Reese. Not at all.
None.
Not at all diminishing her. Because they need people like her in the WB. They need Caitlin Clark. They need a bunch of other people.
They need both of them.
They need all of them.
You know who the
But they
WNBA
don't
needed?
need a bunch of infighting every single game.
But it's going to continue.
And
It's
I'm
unfortunately going to continue.
I
You know who else?
I can tell you this. I'm not a fighter. I never punch people. I never slap it. Never. But I will get angry at people. I am amazed that Caitlin Clark has been able to hold her cool through all this.
Same here. Same here. I don't know how she's been able to hold her cool.
Because she's going on the court. She's taking the high road, which is
look what happens if she would retaliate. Look at the backlash that would cause.
Oh,
exactly. Oh Lord, yes.
They're gonna say
look at that angry white woman. Look at that angry white woman.
Exactly.
And that will be the first words out of their mouth.
They say that she can't keep her cool, that she's losing control. She needs to act like she's a good sport. I'm like, her tail kicked in every single time, and y'all not saying nothing. They're like, oh well, yeah.
That's about what it is too. That's about what it is.
I still hear these whispers like she shouldn't be on the court. Well, she had 35 and 8 yesterday.
35 points.
And you know what's going to happen? People are going to, a lot of the newer people, the next Caitlin Clark, the next Angel Reese, they're not even going to want to go to the WNBA because of seeing what Caitlin Clark is going through. The beating and the beating and the beating. And the commissioner not saying anything, not even putting a foot down and saying, look, this needs to end. They're going to say, you know what? I'll stay in college. I'll just coach college.
Yeah,
I won't go into WNBA.
Well,
I'm not going to deal with it.
I know she's had this great year, but let's think about it. Caitlin Clark could be getting ready for her senior year of basketball at Iowa right now because she chose to go to the WNBA. She didn't have to go to the WNBA.
Right.
She had an extra
she
year.
She could have made an absolute fortune in NIL at Iowa.
She could have really racked up. But as you said, Jay, she chose to go to the WNBA. She chose to go. Yeah. And I have a feeling a bug was putting her to go.
And that's what the criticism is going to come along, where they're going to say, well, she chose to go in there, she should be ready for the contact.
Well, the other thing to me is that, why this is even before Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Why does the WNBA continue to schedule? I mean, they had a whole slate of games yesterday.
Yes, they did.
Who's going to watch it on Sunday?
Especially when you had some of the matchups in the NFL we had. I mean, outside of LA and
nobody is going to watch the WNBA on Sunday.
Right.
Not even your hardest core of hardcore WNBA fans are going to watch on Sunday.
No.
So why do you keep shooting yourself in the foot by having 6 games on Sunday?
I mean, look at everything that's going on Sunday.
Saturday, because you're not going to get any TV viewing on Saturday. I mean, there's non-stop college football on Saturday. So, what? I know there's a game tonight. I get that. Play it 6 or something tonight.
I mean, look at everything that goes down on Sundays leading into the WNBA postseason. You've got NASCAR postseason just getting ready to fire up.
Totally
You've
changed
got
because of the NBA, NFL.
Right. You got the NFL full slate of action 1 to 8. And soon it's going to end up turning, the NBA talks are going to be starting and everything else is going to be going on. Why is the WNBA slating games on Sundays when they know that their rating shares are going to drop, off a cliff?
I say the same thing when college basketball starts, which I'll say for the millionth time. I don't care if people get mad at me about this. College basketball starts entirely too early. It should not start until the week of Thanksgiving. But they start 3 weeks before that.
Because the week of Thanksgiving is when they really start making their money.
And then
the week of Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving week is when basketball really starts. When college basketball really starts.
But here's the problem: college basketball is going up against its brother when it comes to college football.
That's my other point. Why on earth do you play on Saturday and Sunday? And a bunch of teams play on, especially on Sunday. Why are you playing on Sunday? Play on Monday night.
It won't.
There were a bunch of college basketball games on Sunday. One of which is in my hometown. Well, Wake Forest is playing. Wake Forest is playing
Mississippi
in November. Play Michigan. Michigan.
Oh, they're playing Michigan. Okay.
This is basketball. This is basketball.
Now, and Spivey, I'll answer that
Greensboro on a Sunday.
I'll answer
now,
that.
I would love to go see, but Wake and Michigan play. But I'll be darned if Greensboro's about 25 miles from where I live. If I am not driving 25 miles on a Sunday to see Wake and Michigan play, I'm watching the NFL.
Exactly.
Well, and let's not forget when college basketball is going off, so isn't the NBA. They've got their Sunday games.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, college
the NBA shouldn't start
the foot.
Well,
the NBA shouldn't start till Christmas.
Everybody has decided to completely change their schedules, but college basketball and I guess the WNBA because of the NFL. Like NASCAR's completely changed their season because of it. Golf. I don't care what they say. The golf season does not start in October. It does not start in October.
Do not get me started on the NASCAR changes. Do not get me started on the NASCAR changes.
Golf ended on Labor Day weekend. Golf ended on Labor Day weekend with the Tour Championship. That's changed because of the NFL. Because they knew they couldn't compete anymore on Sundays.
Exactly.
And it goes on and on and on. Like you're saying, the NBA very seldom has Sunday games. And like you said, they shouldn't even. Why are they starting in October?
The NBA shouldn't start.
LeBron said they should start in October.
LeBron has controlled the league since he's been in the league, which is the first thing that's made me angry about it. The second thing that's made me angry about the league is that everyone cow ties to him, including one of the proudest franchises in NBA history in the Los Angeles Lakers.
They sure do.
Everyone, or almost everyone, and almost everything has been cow tied to LeBron.
Now, I will say, for the most part, I will say most of what Adam Silver has done has been pretty good. But he really does.
He makes stupid moves sometimes.
Way to the side of the players on most issues. Way to the side on players on most issues.
Way too much.
And and this in-season tournament, who watches it?
Not I.
And they did that because of the NFL. They can deny it all they want. They start this in-season tournament because of the NFL. Because nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching the season in November and early December.
Look at what NASCAR did for next season, Spivey. They've got their own tournament.
Well, yeah, they've been doing that.
No, they've got a second one in regular season.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, they're moving a race here. They're putting a race right here.
They're doing their in-season tournament is on like TNT and Amazon Prime for $1 million.
But I'm talking about the NASCAR Clash is being moved here.
Yeah, NASCAR is going to Bowman Gray next season.
Right.
Oh God, the Clash at the Madhouse.
The Sunday before the Super Bowl.
Yep. And there's even talks with the Sunday. There's been talks of the NFL moving the Super Bowl to Daytona 500 Sunday, which means NASCAR then would have to end up moving the 500 to another day.
That's the correct, and that's going once they move to an 18.
That's going to be and when the Super Bowl moves to Daytona Sunday, that's going to be a fight and a half.
No, it won't. Yep. They're going to have to give up. You're not going to. Nobody's going to win against the NFL. Nobody's going to lose against the NFL. Nobody's going to win against the NFL.
I mean, look at and Spivey. I'll throw this out there right now. Look at Dale Jr. on his podcast with the Dirty Mo Media. He's been saying for the longest time, why don't we go back to 1 p.m. starts? Because we're trying to clash.
He's right.
We want to try to get the fan base that the NFL has. The only way to do that is to go head to head with
these cities that don't care about NASCAR.
Right.
I mean, why do you think they're redesigning Auto Club Speedway out in Fontana?
They don't need to be in California.
They got Sonoma, the road course.
They don't care about that either.
Well, they tend to sell that place
and the race in Chicago that they do.
That was huge. That's huge for NASCAR.
The street race.
Yeah, that's huge for NASCAR.
That's fine. I have no problem. Those are fun to watch because you don't see them very often.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter
point.
What was that? What was that, Droid?
where
Point.
SVG
Yeah.
made a win.
Shane Van Gisbergen came in on debut at the road course in Chicago and opened up a can last year. This year, again, weather ended up affecting the race, but we saw Alex Bowman punch his ticket to the playoffs with that win.
True.
So the street course has been influential in NASCAR, whether it's been a debut win or someone punching a ticket to the playoffs.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because, whenever the PGA started their playoff system, it used to be 4 weeks. Actually, it used to be 4 out of 5 weeks because there was a week off. Now it's 3 straight weeks because of the NFL, and then because NASCAR, the 10-week playoff is entirely too long.
You're not wrong.
Too long.
I mean, you can eliminate drivers in 4 straight weeks and take it to Phoenix with still the same 4.
Absolutely.
But no, they have to do this 10-week thing because, hey, that's how long actual playoffs go is, a handful of weeks. We have the best of 5s and then the best of 7s.
I mean,
are you serious?
How many people are watching NASCAR on Sundays?
Roughly 2.5 million on average.
I mean,
look at the ratings the NFL gets, though.
I will get. I'm sure they'll come out later this afternoon. I imagine the ratings for the Chiefs Bengals game yesterday were through the roof.
Oh yeah, easily.
And the ratings last week far increased last year week one compared to this year. It wasn't even close last year to this year.
Right.
And
it's just going to keep going up and up and up.
I guarantee you the ratings for the Chiefs-Bengals game alone will outdo what NASCAR had at Watkins Glen yesterday, even with the crazy finish that they had.
Not even close.
And again, this is why Dale Jr. is saying, what's wrong with moving the start times back up to 1? If we're trying to compete with the NFL and get their fan base, why not put the start times back to where we had them, eons ago?
Well, people need to listen to him because he seems to be one of the few voices of reason.
Yeah.
Instead of just grabbing money, do what's right for the sport. I mean, nobody's going to watch anything on Sundays anymore.
I mean, the problem is you're putting the start times for NASCAR in between the NFL start times.
Y'all know I'm a huge baseball fan. I didn't watch a second of baseball yesterday until the very end of the Braves-Dodgers game last night, and I wish I hadn't even turned it over there because they collapsed. But I mean, I love baseball, and I'll probably watch some this afternoon, although tonight before the Monday night game. But I didn't watch a second of baseball until last night, and I'm not going to until the playoffs start.
Yep. And the playoff schedule is going to be weird.
And I'm certainly not watching that. Y'all know I don't watch single games unless it's like the national game, like last night was. But I am certainly not wasting my time seeing the Panthers play.
After what happened again?
I was even offered free tickets for yesterday's game to drive down to Charlotte. And I said, I did have work to do, so I wasn't lying, but I'm not going down there to waste my time for. I mean, that's a good 5, 6,
Did they
7
even
hour
have
day.
a full house?
I think it probably technically was, but ticket prices I saw on the secondary market were like dirt cheap. I mean, they were going for like $1.75 or something.
Yikes!
That's rough.
They're terrible.
Well, we know Carolina's the basement of the NFL, but still.
I was offered Panther tickets when I lived there, and I told them thanks, but no thanks.
Well, I said something on social media yesterday. I said they should be relegated. Well, some smart rear end got on there, and he goes, "Well, I didn't think they did that in American football." And I was like, "That's not my." I said, "I'm well aware of that. I know they're not going to get relegated, but that's not to say it shouldn't happen."
The Panthers need to go to the NBA Cup.
Oh God.
Yeah,
we'll leave it there for now. Jay Spivey joining us as he does every single Monday. Sorry we got a late start on this one, but want to be sure that we get this one in. Jay, thank you very much. Can't wait to talk to you next week.
All right, guys.
Later, Jay.
Take care.